Hello YouTubers, and another video update of my gaming rig. This must be system update 4 or 5 now. I think it might be 5. Not too much to talk about, just a couple of new updates. A couple of new pieces of hardware that I bought recently, mostly cosmetic, with one being an actual performance hike. But just really thinking about Christmas now. I mean, Christmas is only a few days away now, so yeah, let's just crack on with it really. So we'll go straight to the hardware, and we'll set ourselves off from there. As you can see, I'm now scoring a ROG board by ASUS. This is a Maximus 5 Gene, an absolute beast of an overclocking board. I mean, I can't even describe how good it is. I'm running basically 4.7 gigahertz at the moment, and on a voltage of about 1.4 V core, so it's nothing exceedingly high, but 4.7 gigahertz for me at this level is pretty darn good. I mean, what more can I ask for, really? I did try to push for 4.8, but I think my chip is at its limit. So, but yeah, I'm quite happy with 4.7 gigahertz. You know, it's what I came at, it's what I set off to do. So, ending up with 4.7 gigahertz is more than a victory for me. The board features a lot of fancy little gizmos and gadgets. Comes with like a mini PCIe adapter where you can put in a mini SSD card and a mini Wi-Fi card. But I don't really need those at the moment. I might put in a mini PCIe SSD card, like maybe in the future, and then replace the bottom SSD with basically that one, and then probably buy maybe a 250 gig or something a bit higher to store all my games. But for now, I'm quite happy with my setup, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. As I mentioned before, my top radiator that is Hardware Labs Stealth GT 240. It has a very, very high FPI. That's a density, fins per inch, I believe it means. And my Enermax fans weren't really pushing air through it; it was kind of blowing it back. So I decided to get some of these lovely Corsair SP fans. These are the static pressure fans, and I'm currently running these. They're about 1000 RPM, and they push plenty of air through this radiator. It's dropped my temps considerably, considering it was what, 20 quid for a dual pack. And the look, the bomb as well. Absolutely go with my system completely. Oh yes, let's go on to this. Now this is the Koolance CPU 370 SI block. It's the baby brother of the 370 water block that we all know and love. I was going to go for the 380 block, but can't seem to get it in the UK from any reputable dealer, so I settled for this for now. I may upgrade again at some point, but going from my old EK Supreme LTX block to this is a big jump. This one basically has the same internals as the 370 block, but it uses a Delrin top, I believe it is, rather than the is it a full nickel or stainless steel on the 370 block? I'm not quite sure, but anyway, this one is quite a restrictive block, but as they say, the more time in the block, the better the cooling performance. So yeah, it's dropped my temps from about 78 to about 69 Celsius, 68 Celsius. So yeah, it's quite a big drop, and again, I would push for overclocking, but I seem to have reached my limit on this chip, so there's no more overclocking for now, unless I replace the chip in the future, which is probably not going to happen, because I'll be keeping this for a long time. These are my Corsair Dominator modules that you've seen in previous videos. These are running just on XMP at 1600 MHz, so nothing too special there. Got a new braided cable. I actually got this off eBay, and I have to say, it's pretty nifty. The guy who did this for me on eBay is very, very good. It only cost me, what, I think it was £10, or it might have been a bit less than that. Actually, it might have been £7 when they had £2 delivery charge. So it was under £10 anyway for the full cable, which is a little bit cheaper than buying it from Phoenix, those sort of companies. But yeah, this guy braids them himself and sent it straight off to me. Very nice piece of kit, as you can see. Again, it's all about the colour coordination. Took the old NMAX fans off, and I put them in push-pull configuration on this. So I've got push-pull on two 120 rads. Again, it's doing its job wonderfully. Not really helped drop my temps, because push-pull is a bit of a myth, to be honest. It doesn't really help that much. But I mean, it looks cool, so it doesn't really create that much more noise, so I'm not that bothered either. That's about it, really. Nothing else much to talk about apart from that. Overclocking wise, not much difference apart from, since I got this board, I've been able to overclock my card a little bit more. My memory's been able to hit about 250, 260 now, rather than the 140 that it was stuck on before. So yeah, memory's been able to overclock a little bit higher on the graphics card. The CPU core overclocked to about plus 220 maximum. I got it on a benchmark, which is basically about 1320 after boost. And that's on a GTX 680. And yes, actually, there's one last thing. This is the water-cool heat killer. See that? This is the water-cool heat killer GPU backplate that I purchased, and it is absolutely gorgeous, I'll tell you that now. It is so shiny. Again, completely goes in my rig. Cannot wait to get a second GTX 680 and just put that one right there. Just stick that one right there, and then add it to my loop. Going for SLI after Christmas, I think. Just need to save up some funds. But as we know, Christmas gets expensive. Part of my rig you've never probably seen is the bottom part, which is a little bit messy. But we'll go down there and have a look. As you can see, HX 650 power supply. That's a HD audio cable, but I don't use it. I don't see point, because I don't use headphones anyway. My messy cables that are hidden in the bottom. That right there is my pump. That's a Swiftech DDC. It's a 1T, I believe, 10-watt pump, which powers this easily. So I was going to go for the 18, but just didn't see the point. As you can see in there, all my other cables, tubing connectors and everything that connects up everything else. That white pipe there is actually my drain pipe, as you can see, which is concealed away nicely. I put my SSD there, nicely tucked in the corner, and even after all that, my lid still closes. Absolutely amazing. I was surprised it closed, to be honest, but yeah, everything closed nicely. Actually looks quite the beast when it's closed. Just give you a general view of what it looks like once it's closed. There we go. What do you look at that? Built, not bought. That's right, this is built, not bought. I'll take you around to the front of the case. It's a little bit dusty. Please forgive me. I do try to keep things tidy. That's my EK single bay res with Mayhem's red pastel. Coolant in there at the moment. It's actually looks a little bit darker in real life. I know the camera sort of pulled it off to be like an orangey red, but it's actually quite red in reality. At the bottom, I'm mounting a scythe, or scythe, however you want to say it. And as you can see, all four are connected. That one is my rear fan. That is my front two fans. That is my rear front two fans. And then that one is my top two fans, which is basically my new Corsair SP fans. As you can see, everything's running at about 1000 RPM, and my temps are, well, I'll show you what my temps are like. Temps are just basically really low. I'm pushing 37, 38 on CPU, and that's basically clocked at 4.7 gigahertz and at constantly 1.4 volts because it's running at high performance at the moment via the Windows config. 27 on the GPU. That's what I call cool temps. Apart from that, not much else to update. Next update will be SLI 680s and maybe some more of clicking. And I'll probably have to get a new PSU as well, so I might go for the Seasonic X Series 850 watt fully modular. But that's going to set me back for 140 quid, I think. So next upgrade is going to be hefty, but we'll do some saving and we'll see how we get on. As usual, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Any questions, queries, leave a comment below, subscribe, and Merry Christmas.